I'm sharing presentation slide. And yeah, so let's get started with the introduction. And yeah, so Python is a programming language that is easy to learn, and so that's why it is getting more preference. So be it uh, in the development or for the data analyst or for building a machine learning, running a machine learning algorithm, a data scientist are using. So it has wide range of application due to its simplicity and the features it provides. And so yeah, we will let's look into the features that it provides. The first one is yeah versatility because uh, we can use this in diverse fields like the example we can see here, that is data science. So in data analysis, or if you want to run a machine learning algorithm, so machine learning algorithm is used to train a model, so that is help to make the predictions. And it is also used in artificial intelligence, so that is a lot buzz now. Like we have tools like Chat GPT, where it solves a lot of our problems. We can ask questions and get the recommendation from the AI tools. So these AI are built by training a huge amount of data, and they can be learned. We can use Python to learn these kind of algorithms, to train these algorithms to get desired output. And it provides vast amount of libraries, and I listed down the most used libraries like NumPy, Pandas to work with data, TensorFlow, so it is used for uh, deep learning, like if like analyzing images or predict identify, like if you have seen in CCTV or in our mobile as well, like when we capture a selfie, it automatically detects our face. So this kind of object detection or uh, face detection, so those kind of capabilities can be built using deep learning. And so TensorFlow is the library from Python. So by using Python, we can build such kind of models. We have scikit-learn library. So we will learn what exactly libraries in detail in our further training. But for now, you can just understand that there are so many use cases we have due to the vast majority of libraries it has. The next usage is web development. So we have frameworks like Django or Flask. Those are used to develop an application or build a website that can be done using Python. We can also use for automations, like there are repetitive tasks, for example, downloading a data and then uh, applying some filter and then pasting that data into Excel file or Google Sheet. So that kind of automations can be built using Python language. We can also for scripting, writing the scripts and scheduling them, and also for scraping the data. Like there are different websites, and if you want to scrape the data that is available in those websites, we can scrape those data using Python. So we have libraries like Beautiful Soup, and it is also used in scientific computing. So like complex calculations and when scientific research are done, therefore complex use, Python is a good option there. In cybersecurity, it is the most preferred language because it is very handy when it comes to ethical hacking, or if we want to build security tools. Next feature is ease of learning. Like it's easy uh, to learn. It's simple to understand. Like if you're not knowing the Python, but if you read those Python scripts, you will get some understanding that what this particular line is doing. So it's not that difficult like C++ or Java, because these are difficult to understand and it takes time to learn. But uh, opposite is opposite is the case with Python. Let's move to next slide to understand more features. Uh, the next is interdisciplinary applications. So yeah, so we can integrate this Python with other languages or technologies to get the benefit of multiple languages. Like if we have some application, it's old application, it was built in C++. Now we want to uh, switch to Python. So yeah, that kind of integration is provided that uh, you can transfer that from C++ to or Java to Python, or you can use in combination, like some of the old feature that will still be running on your existing language, and plus new features can be adopted using this Python. Next feature is it has vast community and resources. So there are many active communities, and uh, even if you face any difficulty, if you just search on Google or Stack Overflow, there you will get the solution for all your uh, doubts and queries. And yeah, it's high demand. Its popularity is surging because this AI, machine learning, this new things are coming in, and due to which Python demand is only increasing. So yeah, it is most sought after skill in the job market. Yeah, so that was a feature about Python, and now let's start learning the Python. The first thing is to install an application. Like uh, most of the companies or most of the techies are using VS Code. So we will also do our Python learning in VS Code only. So you can install that. It's available. It's a Microsoft tool and it's freely available. You can download that tool, and once you download that, you can uh, download required languages like Python to run the Python application. So yeah, and you can also install Jupyter Jupyter Notebook to run the Jupyter to do the testing and basic Python scripting. So the first topic in the Python is variable. So from the word variable, we understand that something that varies. Like if you want to store a value, and if it keep changing, so that changing value can be stored in some format or into some name or some list. So that thing is known as variable. So in a variable we can store a value. And because why we want to store the value, because if you want to reuse something, uh, for example, I'm doing a sum, and based on that sum I'm uh, finding the square of that sum. So first I need to uh, make a sum and store that value into something. Like I need to store that value somewhere, so that I'll use that value again to find its square. And to store that value somewhere, we can assign a variable or some word, where in that word will get associated with that particular value. And we can change it later as per requirement. So that's why this thing is known as variable. uh, we will understand better once we go into Python environment and do these practicals, like how we create a variable, how its value changes. So let's first understand, get an overview of basic things in Python, and one of the topic is variable. So now more about variable, that it holds various types of data. and that data means like it could be an integer, like it could be a number, it could be letters, special characters. So those kind of things we can store in a variable, and their values could change during program execution. Like as we run a program, and we can keep changing those value of those variables as per our requirement. And these variables are assigned using equal to operator. Once we cover variable, then we will look into a data types, and there are four main data types in Python. First one is integer. So integer are like the numbers without any decimal, like from like example is 1 2 3 4, or it could be -1 to -10. There are no decimals, so that number is known as integer. If we have decimal in that number like 10.25 or 1.1, that number is known as a float in the language of Python. Then we have string. So in string, like we have letters, alphabets, or numbers in conjunction with letters. So mostly it is letters, and those data type is known as strings. Then we have booleans like true or false. This kind of data type is known as boolean. Now let's move to uh, then once we cover these data types, we will perform some basic operations which include arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, division, etc. Then we have comparison operators like equal to, not equal to, and logicals are like add or not. So yeah, these are the basic topics of the Python. Now let's move to Python environment and understand all these basic things in detail. And feel free to interrupt if you don't get understand any of the topic, or if you want to know something in detail. So you can just stop me there and ask questions as and when you get. And hope I'm audible clearly.
Yes. Yeah, you're audible. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for confirming. So yeah, let's start with understanding the most basic part, like the start of any language. And when we start learning any language, we start with a hello world program. So let's build a basic program where we will print hello world. So yeah, so there are two ways. Either we can directly print a hello world, or we can create a variable and store the value, then print that variable. So yeah, let's start with printing directly hello world. So printing means giving that information in the output. So, and we want a value in the output so that we can use it later, or like if you want to return, if we have two numbers and I want to add those two numbers, and I want to get the sum of these two numbers as an output. So that output we can get using by using print command. And so let's take an example, like I'll type print here. And so here we use quotes to write something. Inside the quotes we can write uh, anything that we want to print in the output. So we have both the options, like either we can use single quote or double quote. That doesn't matter in the Python. So I'll go with single quote because it is most widely used. So I'll just I type print and then parentheses, and inside parentheses I type single quote, and inside that quote I will write whatever I want to print. I want to print hello world. Yeah, before we look into that, I'll show you once we download or install this VS Code, then we will go here extensions, and we will look for Jupyter notebook here. So like I'll type Jupyter, and the first option that I'll get is Jupyter, and I'll just click install here. It is already installed, so I'm getting option to update. However, you'll get option like this install. So once I click on that, that Jupyter notebook will get installed, and then I'll create a new file, and I'll select the language as Jupyter, environment as Jupyter, so it will open this Jupyter hub. So yeah, then you can create a new file and you can do the testing here. You can create different cells, like you can click on this plus button code here, and by clicking, like if I'm here and click on code, so it will create a new cell. We call it cells to these boxes, and inside those boxes we can write any code that we want to run, and only those particular lines those are in that box will get run once we click on the run button. So there are two options to run code. First one is to click run over here. So click here, or we can press Control Shift. So I have habit of pressing Control and Enter. Sorry, you will press Control and Enter and to run this code. So